Yeah, I've been spending the day researching the difference between Xorg and freaking Wayland, Qt and GTK, but the other big piece of news is that this is a Thank You Europe video. I haven't done one of those in a while. Um, so the European Union decided that they were going to require all phones to have USB-C, all these smartphone devices to have USB-C hookups to them. I do think that that will end up meaning that Apple, ends up making, changing their models to, you know, USB-C globally. I I had some commentary about this, which is it was amusing to me because these little things, and I realize I'm not using an Apple certified one at the moment, but these little trash heaps, it does plug in, it does work for now, so it's charging at the moment, but these trash heaps, they can only transfer at 480 megabits per second, and that's a bit of a problem. Now, I say that it's a problem because my internet connection itself will download at 1.2 gigabits. So if you're not aware, if I were to translate that into megabits, it would be 1,000, you know, 200 megabits per second, so I can get content from Japan faster than I can get content, across from here on this damn device over to here where the phone actually is across the cable, which, I don't know if you can see how long the dang thing is. It's a bit longer than necessary. But yeah, like it's a bit excessive, but that's the wire in total, you know. And I don't know. I'd have to get out the tape measure to tell you exactly how many feet it was. But yeah, more than a few, to say the least. But yeah, um, I should probably get a twisty tie and tie it up. To be honest with you, just to cable management purposes, which is now more important to me. I'm starting to realize just how important cable management actually is as a techie. But yeah, it can only transfer at 480, and that's the top speed. USB-C, by contrast, at its top of the line speed, it transfers at a whopping 20 gigabits per second. I don't know, actually, it might be gigabytes. I'm not totally certain about that, but yeah, they're they're able to at least beat my internet speed, where I'm able to get content from the other side of the fucking planet. Like across the Atlantic Ocean, well, the Pacific Ocean, really. To myself from Japan. Really, I mean, I could literally go across the Atlantic too, in the other direction to Europe, and get content from the UK faster than I can move from one side of my room to the other via a lightning cable. The technology is archaic at this point. You know, it's a joke. As far as the plug is concerned, it's laughable. I mean, 480 is just completely fucking unacceptable. And, the European Union may have just changed the way that all phones going forward will be. The legislation, by the way, for those that are saying, well, technology continually progresses, you yourself have noted the march of progress in technology. I would just say that the legislation itself can be updated and amended when something better emerges. It's not set up as a regulation that's set in stone. It's set up to be responsive when something better does emerge. Although when something better does emerge, it's probably going to be USB-C, like another version of the same underlying technology. Now, I'm a loyalist for USB-C. You know, I like it a lot more than I like the other kind of crap. I hate Apple, and the rationale for my hatred of them I've gone over before, but it's just one of the other things I hate about them is that whenever they decide to do something, I mean everybody else follows suit. they tend to set the standard for what happens to our phones, and it's a problem in of itself. I mean, Samsung will mock them, but Samsung will only do it just long enough to, then do exactly the fucking same thing that Apple did to its hardware. Apple should not be setting, the stage for hardware. They should not be. We should. Everybody else should not be copying them. I mean, I'm sorry. I want diversity. I want to be able to buy something where the hardware is fundamentally different than this. I don't want this. I mean, there are things about this that I like, but there are a lot of things about it that I don't like. And so I'm going to give Apple credit ultimately for being a great phone for somebody that doesn't know what they're fucking doing. But I am not one of those fucking people. I've been using computers for like 20, 30 years at this point. I don't need the walled garden approach. I'm tired of it. I don't like the way that you can't sideload applications onto it. all those fucking problems with this. Another thing that I wanted to complain about too, my generation, you morons, like you're all Telegram people. Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like are you thinking this through? Telegram, like all of its group chats are not end-to-end encrypted. Um the encryption is bad over there on Telegram, and we've got all these fucking pirate channels on Telegram that are, you don't want the the host to have your fucking key, because if the host has your fucking key, the host is able to, when law enforcement comes and issues a subpoena about who's running that Telegram channel, here you go, Mr. FBI. So you don't want them to have the key so that they can't subpoena them. Make their lives harder, and yet we have all these people that are using Telegram. We have this whole massive problem, and so like I'm not in favor of Telegram. I think that it's a fundamentally insecure application. It's not end-to-end encrypted. It's not zero knowledge, and those are problems. For Telegram as an application, none of the group chats are actually censored in that kind of way. So it's really great for finding pirated content at this point. But the trouble with that is just those channels can be raided by law enforcement, unfortunately, because of the way that the technology actually works. So my generation that is using it, I would totally recommend that you install Signal and start using Signal. The reason why they're getting rid of SMS messaging too, people are pissed off about that, but SMS isn't secure. But yeah, Apple and the Lightning cables in of themselves, they're a joke. And thank you to the Europeans for this new round of regulation.